Well, hello everybody. Little buddy says hello. He's right here with me. I've still got some things surviving. We've only got like another week of this insane weather with no watering. So you might think I'm insane, but guess what? I'm getting ready to replant some seeds, y'all. My pepper, and it looks like my basil plant, are the only two that survived out here, and stuff down here at this end. So what I'm going to do is replant some seeds, some squash seed. The squash does have a chance to come back up. Or to come up and produce something before cold weather, because it grows pretty fast. If little buddy would leave my tripod alone. Let's see what you can see in here. I don't know if you can see all of them or not. Yeah, but I'm going to replant this section here with basil. I got a pepper there. I can put a zucchini up here, maybe a basil here. But I only got 2 zucchini this year. That's not enough for me. So I'm going to take a chance. And I'm going to replant some seeds. Really only need 1, but I'm going to put 2 in there just in case. That's 2 plants for zucchini. Put squash over here. I think I'm going to put another basil in there. I'm going to run around here and get some more basil plants, I think. And go ahead and stick some more basil in here. You see, these plants so far are doing halfway decent. I mean, some of it's trying to burn up. But that's my patty pan squash. And I think my spaghetti squash right there. So if I replant, I'm hoping it'll do okay. And my little pepper plant right here, look at there. It's got a gold pepper on it. So if you can keep enough water to your plants, and I still got that little winter squash, but for some reason the vine looks like it's trying to die, and I don't know why. But the peppers seem to be doing okay, and that's squash. And I do have a tomato plant right in the middle of it trying to come up. Look at that. I'm going to leave the camera back here, and I'm going to run up there and get some basil plants. put yellow squash in this one. But you can replant squash of just about any kind right now. And hopefully by the time this comes up, we'll have a little bit of break in this extreme heat. I'll leave my watermelon there. It seems like it's still trying to hang on. But I don't know if it's the little bit of shade that this has been getting that's helped it or not, because those peppers out there in that 5-gallon bucket are right out in the hot sun. I guess they just get enough water where the dirt retains the water. So we'll see what happens. And I've still got the plant here. I broke some of the leaves off of it to where it would quit trying to furnish water to all the leaves. So hopefully they'll survive. And maybe in about a week, when the water restriction is lifted and I can start watering again freely. And I think I'm going to go ahead and replant the winter squash here. To see the okra, it will survive as long as it gets a little bit of water. It doesn't take quite as much water as some of the other stuff. But your okra, peppers, Swiss chard, your tomatoes, stuff like that will survive. I mean, my poor cucumbers, I don't know, I planted them in the wrong spot this year. They needed to be under the shade cloth and they're not. So I'm going to have to do some changes in the garden for next year. I'll have to take precautions in the beginning of the planting season to make sure that my garden is protected from this hot sun. And that tote right there is just not getting enough shade. So anyway, my only advice to all of you gardeners out there, if you're in Texas like me, I know the going is tough right now because of this extreme heat with no rain. But see, I already planted a squash seed in that top bucket where the first one was there died. So I'm going to see what happens with that. And I'm going to go ahead and water them with insecticide to hopefully to keep the squash borers away from them. Swiss chard is something that you can plant right now. I mean, look at that over there in those buckets. Even in this heat. I can't tell what I'm showing you here. Let me move the camera back. My Swiss chard down there. I mean, look how it's growing. And I've been harvesting it like crazy. And as long as I keep a little bit of water to it, it'll wilt down sometimes in the afternoon. But it pops right back up at night. So, don't give up. Like I said, you can plant Swiss chard, squash, maybe even cucumbers, kale, that type of thing right now. You can even plant your walking onions and stuff now because they'll come up again next year. Any of the crops that take a shorter length of time to mature and produce, you can plant right now. And see my tomatoes here that are under the shade, as long as they get water, they're living good. And that little bit of shade is extremely helping my clematis plant right there. I mean, you can see it's growing so much better on this side with that little bit of shade than it is on that side. I need to somehow get shade on the roots. Because clematis likes the sun, the plant itself, but the roots have to be in the shade. Look at that. So I need to come up with some way to get shade to my roots over here. And I put mulch, wood chips and stuff like that to it. That seemed to help some, but it's not helping enough. But you can see I still got my tomatoes growing. I still got peppers. I still got chard over here and salad mix. My peppers and my basil here is growing still good. And I've still got more basil plants that I need to get out somewhere. I mean, look. So you can grow even in this extreme heat. Look at the garden. I mean, it's suffering right now, but it can't stay this way forever. I mean, pretty soon this weather has to break. And when it does, my plants will start growing again. Even the sunflower's suffering. But you can grow. Put your plants in partial shade if you can move them. Keep water to them, even if it's just a tiny bit every day. And see, I can't do that. I can't keep water to my plants every single day because of the restriction right now. But I have been able to keep enough to them to keep them halfway alive. And when this water restriction is lifted in a week, I think my garden is going to have a comeback. And I'm hoping my pepper plants will come up over here too in my cinder blocks. Because you know, we replanted pepper seed in all these cinder blocks. And I'm hoping they'll come up if we ever get a rain. That's all I've got for today. I just thought I'd show you that I'm not giving up. I'll keep replanting until something grows. I mean, those squash and everything, they'll be up in about a week. About the time when this water rationing is over. And I'll be able to keep them watered. So, I just want to get on here and tell you, don't give up. I'm not giving up. And I know next growing season will be a lot better. Because this is the worst one I've ever had in Texas. You know, not to mention the extreme weather. We're going to have at least 103 to 105 every day this coming week with no rain. Just like it's been for the last several weeks. So hopefully when the water restriction is lifted, I can get to work keeping my plants watered and giving them a chance to grow. So with that, like I said, don't give up. We're not done yet. Y'all have a blessed day. Please like, share, and subscribe to my videos. I'll see you on my next one. Bye now.